Grand risings, beautiful kings and queens, angels, light workers, and star seeds. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing great and you're having a beautiful day. So happy to have you here with me. Welcome to my channel, Queen Aline, or Raw Vegan Queen Aline. I'm just getting started sharing my passion for raw living foods and how they've helped me heal myself from addictions, depression, anxiety, gastrointestinal issues, acne, you name it. I was a hot mess. And with the help of raw living foods, I am thriving today. 18 months as a raw vegan. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the plants and the fruits that are helping me save my life. Of course, God is the ultimate. He's my ultimate hero, my ultimate savior in Jesus Christ, and they brought me to this path. And I'm so happy to be sharing it with you in all these different ways. I am in beautiful Toronto, Canada right now, and I'm so excited because I just got invited by my beautiful sister and raw vegan queen, Gillian Berry, who has her own channel as well, to come and speak and share, do an interview with her about how raw foods have helped me heal and overcome and become who I am today. So we had a beautiful day of filming yesterday at a studio, and I am just still buzzing with excitement because oh, this has been the life of my dreams, and I haven't been able to manifest it until I went raw vegan. Absolutely. So today I have some beautiful and powerful messages for you about how to break a fast. I wanted to mention that and give a big thanks to Jillian for inviting me here to share, because that's really what happens when we up-level our life, when we up-level our frequency, then so many miracles start to happen, so many invitations and doors start opening up to us, possibilities to share more our message. As I've said this before, coming on video is very challenging for me. This is not easy. And I have chosen to follow my intuition and follow my calling because so many people need this information. And if I don't share it, if I stay in my fears and my shyness and my excuses, then this is a disservice that I would be doing to you. So I like to mention that because sometimes it seems like it's so easy for people to come on YouTube and share, but really, once we have our why and our mission is solidified in our hearts, that's when we do it. And so I'm here breaking through my fears so that I could be here with you and share about how to break a fast safely. There's so many conflicting information out there, and unfortunately there's not that much about how to do this properly. I know some people have shared, however, I really want to bring my own twist to it and share some experiences also that might help you. Some mistakes maybe that I have made that I would encourage you to avoid so that you can have the smoothest transition possible after a fast, whether it's a water fast, a dry fast, or a juice fast, or a juice cleanse. There are certain things that we have to put into place to ensure a smooth transition back into solid foods. Failure to do so can result in catastrophic events in the body. It can create a lot of pains, a lot of discomfort, a lot of different issues, even death. Even death. If you break a fast, let's say a water fast, with something like a hamburger or a pizza or anything that's constricting, mucus forming, inflammatory, you can literally end up in the hospital room. and they won't even know what to do with you. So be very mindful when you come off of such an intense detox process to go easy on yourself and to follow these recommendations that can definitely save your life. And also, I want to say that how you break a fast is just as important, if not more important, than the fast itself. So, you don't want to start going onto a water fast or a juice cleanse only to go back to your old habits. These fasts, these detoxes are there to help you to up level and continue the cleansing and clear the gut microbiome, reset it so that you can have better habits long term, right? So, and also you don't want to like fill your temple with a bunch of junk after cleaning it out so well, right? So there are guidelines, there are ways to do this, and it's fairly simple, fairly simple, and humbling ourselves to follow a certain path is what's going to allow you to find true health over time. Sometimes we want to do things our own way, and I'll be fine if I have a bowl of pasta after a 40-day juice cleanse or 90-day juice cleanse. Well, you're going to stop the detox in such a way. First of all, you're going to feel incredible pain in your stomach. I have experienced this firsthand after one of my first earlier juice cleanses years ago. I was in so much pain. Like the body is not able to process that. The gut lining has to be reintroduced with, foods that are hydrating, that are not mucus forming, that are nourishing. So it's very important that we know this before coming into a fast, or if you're in a fast right now, this is great time to get this information so that you can proceed with caution and proceed properly so that you can have the most successful results. So the first thing we want to break a fast with is juicy fruit, watery fruit, or coconut water if you're doing a dry fast or a water fast. Coconut water is super hydrating, tons of electrolytes, vitamins, minerals, everything the body needs to regenerate, restore, reboot, reset, and rejuvenate and continue the detox. Coming off of a fast, you're still detoxing. This is still detox mode for probably another month after you break it. So it's not like we break a fast and we go right back to the French fries and the breads. No, don't do that. That's not the goal. The goal is to transition to a plant-based, preferably as much as possible, all living foods lifestyle, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. This is the goal when we fast. And naturally, your body will start gravitating towards these foods. The deeper you go into your cleanse, you will get more connected to the actual foods that you are meant to be consuming, your natural species specific diet, which is fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. This is what we were born to live. This is what we thrive on the most. This is why my eyes are clear right now and my thoughts are clean and I'm not depressed. I'm not depressed. I'm not anxious. I have my moments. I won't lie. But I'm not having those deep panic attacks like I used to get. I am not using any substance. I'm not drinking any coffee. No more cigarettes. No more marijuana. No hard drugs. All these things. Even my relationships are getting better from up-leveling energetically with the raw living foods. So we want to break the fast with coconut water. If you're on a juice cleanse, coconut water is good. However, you want to start introducing the more solids. So watermelon is excellent. Cantaloupe is wonderful. That's what I prefer to break my fast with, is watermelon, because it's so watery, right? And you want to continue to still make a lot of juices. And if you're coming off of a water fast, making juices, or dry fast, making juices is really powerful too, to get some nutrients in you, as well as start introducing some juicy, watery fruit. Citrus is excellent too. So I said melons, citrus, berries are really good. Apples are very good too. What else? Plums. Anything that's not like a sweet fruit, like bananas, would not be a good way to break a fast. So I'll just say this right now. Do not break a fast with bananas. And bananas are not recommended for at least the first week. A whole week, no bananas. You want to have just watery, juicy fruit, right? Also, another recommendation, especially coming off of a water fast or a dry fast, is to not have pineapple juice right away. As much as I love pineapple juice, I made the mistake of breaking my water fast with citrus pineapple juice, and it was too intense for my body. It was too intense, and it's just not recommended to break a water fast with citrus. Later on, it's okay, maybe after a few days. So just be mindful that it could be such a shock for the system, because it is so detoxifying, purifying, and acidic, alkalizing in nature, but the hit of it is too strong for the body. So not that. So you could break it with watermelon juice or coconut water. And like I said, alternate between juices and fruit throughout the first few weeks. It's important that you stay hydrated, especially after a juice cleanse, being used to drinking 4, 6, 8, 10 liters of juice a day. You want to make sure that you're continuing with the hydration, right? So continue with the hydration. So week 1, the whole first week after a cleanse, only fruit. Only watery fruit. Eat as much as you want. Knock yourself out. Eat until you're full and continue juicing, like I said, and only fruit, nothing else. No greens, no fats, no bananas, no grains, especially no cooked foods. Only fresh fruits. Okay, it's very important. In week 2, you can start introducing some tender leafy greens, right? Like the lettuce, a little bit of lettuce, a little bit of nothing too strong like the kale, but I'm thinking like, arugula would be okay. Lettuce, the tender leafy greens mix that you find in the grocery store would be okay. Maybe some spinach. Chew it really well. Chew it really well, mix it up with your saliva. And the leafy greens, you can mix it with like a citrus dressing, just like some orange juice or some lime juice would be okay. No oils. No oils. We're going to try to avoid oils as much as possible, if not completely, from the diet. Olive oil, canola oil, all of them, avocado oil. If you want to get some oils and fats, eat them from the fruit itself, from the natural source, right? We don't want to have it, it's still processed if it's in the bottle. So, the cold press olive oil, if you must, have a tiny bit, but try not to do it like in the cleansing period right now. Eventually, after, when you're in the raw foods, it's not the end of the world, but we definitely want to move towards a no oil lifestyle. And there are so many ways, my sister Gillian has really great videos on how to make a ranch and Caesar dressing based on hemp seeds. So later on, after your cleanse, go check those out, and I'll make some videos as well. I have a really great Asian dressing recipe that's so yummy that I'd love to share with you. So, okay, but for right now, let's come back. Let's come back to week 2. So only tender leafy greens. Week 1, we did the fruits. Week 2, we're doing the leafy greens. So we're not doing any kind of other veggies. No broccoli, no cauliflower, no carrots, no celery. You can have cucumber. You can have tomatoes. You could have sweet peppers in this time, because those are fruit, right? They're not your typical super juicy fruit, However, you can start introducing them in week 2. So leafy greens, and then you could have some sweet peppers, some cucumbers, some tomatoes. No starchy veggies, right? Those are just the best, right? So you can make a little, maybe a little dressing with like tomato and mango, for example, mango and tomato, and you put that on top of your leafy greens, and you eat them and you chew them really well. Chewing really well is going to make a big difference in rebuilding the gut as well, because the gut has been kind of weakened from the juice cleansing or the water fast. So we really want to have, and this is, we should do this all the time, and I have to remind myself to chew better. But chewing our food is so important so that the enzymes and the bacteria from the mouth start breaking down the food, right? So liquid in the mouth, and then it gets easier to digest once it's liquid in the mouth. And so week 2 is that. Week 3, you can start incorporating some healthy fats like avocados, hemp seeds. I would go easy on the fats though, a little bit every day, maybe a quarter avocado to a half an avocado, and again, we want to avoid salt, avoid oils. Just plain avocados with some tomatoes and cucumbers will do the trick. And a little bit of hemp seeds, perhaps a little bit of pumpkin seeds if you feel called. I would avoid like the heavier nuts like cashews and almonds for now, just to like ease into it. Always think of easing into it. You don't want to shock the body too much. Just ease into rebuilding your gut. Walnuts a little bit is okay. Soak your nuts also. I will make another video on soaking your nuts. I'm getting some more ideas. Soak your nuts 4 to 8 hours in some clean distilled water. If you want to make them crunchy again, you can dehydrate them in the dehydrator until they're dry, or you can make a little nut cheese out of the wet nuts. Like for example, pumpkin seeds, you can make a nice nut cheese. Eventually you can make a cashew cheese. So yeah, use the wet nuts to make a little cheese. That's really good. But always soak your nuts. This makes them more bioavailable and easier to digest as well. A lot of the toxins come out of the nuts. So that's week 3 is fat. So week 1 is fruit, week 2 is leafy greens, and week 3 is introducing the fats into the diet. Continue with your juices. Food combining, I would recommend not mixing too many watery fruit with the fats at this point in time. Eventually, when your gut microbiome and your hydrochloric acid is stronger, you will be able to mix these a little bit easier if you choose. Or you could choose the food combining charts and not mix fruits and fats at all, and you'll have an easier time digesting it. Fats are also better to be eaten in the evening. Fruit in the morning, leafy greens, start to do them in the afternoon, and then the fats are better in the evening, like around 5 or 6 o'clock, just to like ground and help you go to sleep on a fuller and, more satiated stomach. So that would be the most like important food combining thing that I would recommend. Yeah, fruit and fats are kind of harder to digest at this point in time. So try to have your fruit before the fats, maybe half an hour before, and then the fats afterwards. Make sure your water is clean. Make sure you're drinking like either distilled water or natural spring water or rainwater that you can get. Do not drink tap water. That decalcifies the pineal gland and puts a lot of toxins in the body. So no tap water. Just find yourself a filter. Reverse osmosis is great too. Kangen water, if you can get that. Kangen, if you can get it. So yeah, and you just enjoy your process, enjoy your journey. You might still be experiencing some detox symptoms, some emotions coming up. Just be gentle with yourself and know that you're still cleansing in this time. So for about 3 weeks to 4 weeks, and also if you've been cleansing for a very long time, take more time in that first week with the fruit. Take your time. Be gentle with yourself. And enjoy your process, enjoy your journey, enjoy the refeeding. Try to avoid things like pasta, rice, animal products, dairy, sugar, salt, oils. No, your temple is sacred. Remember who you are. Remember what you're meant to consume. You are a king and queen. You are meant to live clean. You are meant to fill your temple with raw living foods and seeds and nuts from the trees. If nature didn't make it, don't eat it, right? And if it's been denatured, devitalized, taken away from its life force energy, don't consume it. That's not what God wants us to eat. He wants us to eat the fresh fruit from the trees. He wants us to eat the plants and the seeds, right? Reconnect and pray, and God will tell you what you're meant to eat. He will tell you what your diet is meant to be, and it's up to you to surrender to his messages, right? We're all the same. Humans are made the same. We can heal ourselves with nature, with plants. So when you go into a cleanse, make a commitment to yourself that you will go all the way, that you want to be raw, because it's the best way to live, because you know it in your heart that you have the ability to stay away from the doctors, that you have the ability to, you know, take your power back and avoid getting that expensive, invasive surgery. And you can spread the message of love and truth to other people too, just like I'm doing, right? So you never know who needs to hear your message. You never know who needs to see you healing yourself and taking your power back. That is all we're here to do. We're here to help each other. We're here to heal ourselves from generations of trauma and poor eating habits. And we're here to change the world by cleansing ourselves, by doing it right. Enzymes are really good too. Take some enzymes. Those will help rebuild the gut. Puridyme, Purium have amazing enzymes. Check them out. Find a distributor. This will help. You could take enzymes about 1 year to 2 years after your cleanse. I take them regularly every day, still, even 18 months being raw vegan, and I love them. I just see such a difference in my digestion, and I'm still rebuilding my gut microbiome. This takes time. It could take a long time before you start feeling amazing, but stick to it. Be patient. Trust the process. It's taken you a long time to be sick, so it's going to take a little bit of time to rebuild and get healthy again. I love you all. If you have any questions, drop them below. If you have any comments or suggestions for next videos, I would love to hear them. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you so much for sharing the joys of raw food.